Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I'm so very happy that you're here with me in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are diving into this very powerful theme, the higher purpose of physical pain and disease. It's so easy to ignore symptoms, messages, signals that our body is giving us because we're not used to really listening to its language. We have a language of the heart, the soul. There's a language from the body. It comes in impulses, waves, short spurts, long messages, and sometimes quick humor or quick depth. We are used to bypassing or shoving down our own anger, our own fear, our own resistances come into place because we want to be fluid flowing people. When we realize that we can be in the flow of ourself, it's still easy to be disconnected from the ways that our mind has trained itself to disconnect from deeper pain that we may not even know that's there. When we learn the importance of sitting and being or walking, dancing, running, working out, writing, doing art, allowing the old pains that get stuffed down inside of ourselves to emerge, we realize that underneath all pain is fear. And for each and every one of us, our fear comes in a different package. To unwrap the package of one's fear requires a dedication and commitment and huge desire to find love. Inside of fear is love that can only be experienced through being willing to go through anger. Surrounding the bubble of pain, the place inside of our body that holds pain, is anger. We get angry because we're not being seen, heard, received. We can't tap our power, our true power, so we use anger as a sideshow. It's a way to bypass our true power because anger feels powerful. We discover and learn that we can withhold from others, ourselves, and really it's creating pain. Our health mentality, the way that we think about our bodies, are created out of being in separation from ourselves. We accept physical illness and pain and breakdown of our bodies as natural, everyday occurring events because we don't know how to live in harmony, connection, oneness. That takes listening and sensing through feeling, through our network within ourself, like a tree that has a root system, a network with all of the other trees in the woods or on the block of the street that you live on. There are networks through nature that co-create and connect together. And we don't even know that we have disrupted the natural systems on our planet because we don't even know that we are disrupting and have disrupted the system in our body. I invite you to take time, 15 minutes, at some point in the next few days or in the next week, and to lie down with a light blanket over you and to breathe in through your nose and out your mouth as your hands are on your lower belly. Breathe in through your nose, a long, deep breath. Let the breath fill all the spaces in your body, and then exhale out your mouth. Let your hands be conduits of magnetic energy, life energy. Earth energy is magnetic. Feel the resonancy of your own magnetism as your hands connect with your lower belly. There's a lot of energy in your lower belly. It radiates life energy when you open to it. It can also radiate anger, being pissed off, feeling resentful, feeling scared. It's natural. We are all connected to a natural interconnected system that connects us either to darkness, the absence of light, or pure light, the infinite source of all life. When you feel this, it feels so great. It feels amazing. I sought it in myself because I felt really awful as a girl between the ages of 8 and 13. Depressed, overweight, had so many feelings I didn't know what to do with. I just knew I wanted a connection through my heart badly into life. Like I wanted it. I didn't know how to find it. I couldn't see it around me. It didn't exist. There wasn't any fluid opening. There wasn't any interconnectedness, so I had to find that. There is a higher purpose of physical pain and dis-ease. Disease, dis-ease, is a dis-ease, being out of ease in your own system, in your body, mind, heart. Your mind and heart are meant to be one. That's structure number one to remember. We're taught to separate our mind and our heart. Your mind works separately from your heart. And then you might listen to your heart, and then you'll say to me, oh, Ayana, I listened to my heart, but I still got myself into a mess, a situation that did not work out. I don't believe in any of this spiritual crap. It doesn't work. I've heard that a lot. The reason that it didn't work was because you listened to your heart's desire, what it was craving, but it wasn't connected with your higher mind and your lower belly. Lower belly meaning the space beneath your belly button, and space between your belly button and your pubic bone. That's your lower belly. It's where your gut is. It's the sensing point of true feelings and the truth about yourself, and your fear lives there too. Now, fear lives everywhere when it moves in, but it always starts in your lower belly. The fear of being you, the fear of showing up, the fear of speaking your truth, and what would happen, the fear of being different, the fear of thinking different, feeling so much fear that you then grow up and you put your fear over another person. You don't even know you're doing it because you're that disconnected from your lower belly, and you think that your anger is your power, and so on, and it's not. The pain held inside, you've been sexually abused as a little boy, and you didn't know it was by your father or an uncle. And it happened. And you grew up in sexuality, feeling it, finding your own power, and having a lot of sex became what was really important to you. Or you're a little girl and you were sexually abused, or you were an older girl, under 12, and you were sexually touched violated, stimulated, and sometimes some of you went through being penetrated. And what do? It's a shutdown. And the pain inside is great. You find the you that's underneath that pain moment, the you that you shut down to, that you blamed as being the cause for this horrendous violation. Unless you deal with that pain, that horrendous violation, I have seen it. I've worked with thousands of people. I've seen every manifestation of every illness that's out there. What happens is the repressed pain inside reverberates and manifests into an illness in the body. When you turn around and see pain in a new light, you're able to heal your mind, your body, and make reconnection with the soul, the essence, the purpose of who you are on a whole new level. A level that gives you new meaning and propels your business, the work that you do, the career that you want forward. It opens up doorways to create intimacy. Into me, I see. Intimacy, connection with you, getting to know yourself, the part of yourself that experienced pain. Perhaps your father judged you so terribly that you developed your own inner voice to judge yourself so that you wouldn't need your father to do it. You could already just be shut down, stay shut down. If you stayed shut down and created your own inner voice to judge yourself, then it wouldn't have to hurt so hard to have to feel your father putting you down. We're really intelligent beings. We find solutions to the most amazing things. It's pretty amazing. There's someone I'd like to honor and share his story with you briefly right now. He's an amazing being. He's a great healer. He was physically abused and hit seriously by his father growing up. He was raised to not speak, just, kids are meant to be seen but not heard kind of thing. And he was a joyful little boy. And his father would beat the crap out of him when he was too happy. His father, later on in his life, had a heart attack. And his heart attack was the cracking open of his emotional self that changed this man into a very loving, self-connected man. It took him about 10 years. And then he lived another 10 years. Total of 20 more years after that initial heart attack. So his son was hurt, shut down. As a kid, he didn't want to connect to life. As a child, he had ileitis. He had anxiety disorders. He used food as a way to discard his own discomfort of being in his own body. He couldn't handle feeling his own emotions because he was taught not to cry. He was married to a woman who was a materialistic, self-centered woman, and her path in her life was to open up, to think and care about others, but she could never forgive, always held a grudge. And yet, as this wonderful man, who was once her husband, he divorced her to go find his real life, his true life, and his true self. Part of finding himself was he discovered he had an amazing gift as a healer. He could help a person mend bones if a bone was broken. He worked for free. He's an amazing being. And he's my brother in this lifetime. And I want to honor him. He was diagnosed with heart disease and going in for open heart surgery. And there's a lot of physical ailments happening right now for a lot of people. His desire in his life was to become one with the light. He's a light healer, which means that he can send light into another person's whole matrix self, their whole body, mind, and he's able to help people heal on many levels. But he himself had a desire to make that connection and merge with the light within him, God within him. And so in his open heart surgery, commitment to himself, he is now practicing being one with the light that he is and not faltering. He is turning this traumatic experience of open heart surgery to be a fulfillment of a higher purpose for him to become one with the light that he is. In every illness, disease, physical challenge that you may go through, or that you know someone going through something, there is a higher purpose to that situation that somehow you've called in from a desire within your heart to go beyond and through pain, fear, feeling blocked in your life, wanting to go further. How do you find that courage to move through that dilemma? You must face your fear and feel it completely, and then find the light within that fear, that love, and choose that love to be all there is, and to become one with that love, and then to choose the way that you want to heal the physical challenge that you're in, appropriately, realistically, logically, finding what works for you to support you to live the most fearless version of you. For within side of you, beneath fear, is a ferocity of strength, of love, of strength that will come forth when you no longer are avoiding it, denying it, pushing it aside, because you are life energy. You are energy in motion. E equals M3 squared, MC squared. You are one with Source. And as you choose to be one in the source of the light that is within you, that you find through pulling the light in from above your head, it's always there to move through you. What you find is something to hold on to and to become. Sometimes your physical illnesses, disease, are karmic patterns that have to come forth. They have to happen in order for you to go through the repressed fear, anxiety, and abuse that happened to you. These challenges of physical illness, disease, ailments come up in order to help you embrace who you are, whether it's something small or something large, a major event in your life that's here to bridge your soul into your body. Whatever you ultimately need to move through, whether it's moving through your fear of persecution, your fear of speaking your truth, your fear of being the light that you are, the fear of facing the dark within you, the ego voice that has had you in its grip for your whole life and possibly for lifetimes, the ego you that controlled you, that you want freedom from. You talk to the you that wants the freedom. You honor it. You allow the you that wants the liberation. And you can make use of your physical challenge to liberate your own fear and become one with the love that's within you and open to the source, the dimensional source from God itself that will work through different realms of awareness clearly from your heart, so that you become sourced in yourself into the light within you. And this happens through receiving you, forgiving yourself, and loving yourself. And this is the beginning of understanding your higher purpose that's possible for you to realize and to know through your physical challenges that are always connected to an emotional or psychological experience or belief system that you've had in place. You crack the code with love. In honor of all of you who have faced your physical challenges, ailments, have watched others break through, have suffered, you've watched others move through or pass on. My prayer here is for you and for everyone to learn your deepest lesson so that you can evolve into your next level of being one in you. Be one, be you. Sending love to all of you. If you know of someone who is suffering, going through something now, please pass the love to them, honoring you for all that you have gone through and may be going through right now, and in honor of my brother, holding the highest frequency of love in the light of God for all of you, each moment. Sending much love, love, love to you from my heart to yours. This is Ayana Lehi.